Sailboat again.
Sailboat again? Sailboat again.
It's race day.
It's race
again. Yay. There was actually another race between the race where we got third and this race, but we screwed up the footage. We basically pointed the microphone directly into the wind, and we did not perform well that day anyway. There was way too much wind, and we didn't reef, so we spent the day just dumping wind all, and it was wind all day, and it was not good.
So we're gonna try it again. See if we improve this week.
Today is one of those days where there's not much wind, kind of like the day that we did really well in the race. So we're kind of hoping that works out for us again. I think we got 5 knots of wind right now, but earlier it was 2. It's a pretty short course, so it looks like we might end up being able to be on a beam reach for most of it, which benefits us tremendously because we don't have to do anything. All we gotta do is not screw up the start and the finish. It's one of those days where if you were just out going for a sail for the hell of it, you'd be super frustrated because the wind just won't cooperate. So multiply that times 100 in the context of a race, and that's what we've got today. The tack that we can sail on well does not help us get towards the mark very good though. So it's just one of those frustrating days, and you can't even really tell what position you're in because all the boats are kind of going different directions.
A few moments later.
Our downwind leg was going pretty well, all things considered, pretty much until now. We have 0.0 knots of wind and our instrument is just spinning in a circle. But fortunately for us, everybody else is kind of in the same boat. You can see the wind blowing behind us, but we have to go around the downwind mark, which is, I don't even think I can see it yet. And we're 2 hours in, and we still haven't crossed the downwind mark. So we probably got another hour to go. It's kind of interesting in a race when you literally can't do anything. You can't even steer. It doesn't help that all these power boats are zipping by like, haha, laughing at us. At least we got the shade from the sails, occasionally. We are still racing, 3 hours and 19 minutes into the race. How much wind do we got back there?
2 knots of wind. We've got about 0.5 boat speed, so yeah, it's just doing whatever it wants to do.
We have what, maybe quarter of a mile to go? It's hot. The wind's not blowing. It kind of sucks.
I'm going in a circle.
We're literally going in a circle.
So I need you to help.
Oh, gotta help. Another one bites the dust. There was another dude over here that didn't DNF, did not finish. Rode the sails in, turned the motor on, and gave up. So I think we went up 2 spots now from people quitting. We could still be last, but are we really last? I don't know.
We haven't made it yet.
We have not made it yet. We're gonna cross that line if it's the last thing we do because we don't quit. That's not in the vocabulary. You play to win the game, even when you're not gonna win the game. See you at the finish line. At this point, I think the process is one more tack and we're done. The wind filled in a little bit. We saw somebody come out there to the mark and I thought they were stealing it. I'm like, hey, somebody's stealing the mark. And I realized it was the race captain taking the mark down. Like, hey, wait a minute, we're not through there yet. That was a long, crappy race. I don't know. So far, that's what, 3 or 4 races, and we did well in 1. So we're rolling like 25%. We're gonna finish this bad boy up and check you guys later. Celebratory fajitas. Awesome sauce. What you done up in there?
So I'm helming during a sailboat race.
And I'm holding on for dear life. I'm just kidding. How much wind you got there?
We only got 6.5 knots of wind. We're going 3.5 knots.
Yeah.
So
That's not bad. I mean, a while ago it was blowing 8, but then it blew 3. For a long time we tried to cross the mark. But we got to cross the mark, and now wind's picking up nice. We might stand a chance in this damn thing. What do you think?
don't say that, because every time we say we're doing good, we lose. So we're just gonna pretend like we're gonna tie up the loose ends and be the last place boat and have fun doing it.
Yeah, we also are racing with our bimini up today. We have this problem where this bimini pole right here is too close to that winch, and so we can't get our wind channel to go all the way around while the bimini's up. So usually on race day we have our bimini down, so it's scorchingly hot. So today we just said screw it, we don't care if it lasts or not. So there's absolutely no pressure whatsoever. For as far as I'm concerned, we're just going out for a sail. There just happens to be all those other boats over there that happen to be going the same way to the same place at the same time. That's just a coincidence. Yeah, it's a coincidental sail with our friends.
Yeah, we just started out sailing with our friends in a competitive manner.
Yeah, this race almost didn't happen due to lack of wind. It's good practice, and at the end of the day, it's better than a poke in the eye. Now what happening?
I don't know.
I know. How much wind you got?
Well, now I have 2.9 knots,
Woohoo!
3 knots. I'm going 0.8 knots.
This is what the water looks like in this sailboat race. Uh-oh, we're getting to the point where we have quitters in the race, even though the race has only been on for 45 minutes. It'd be interesting to see how many people fall out of this race. That's what it looks like on this side. It looks really cool. It looks totally awesome out here, which is, you know, great, but not for a race. Got ourselves a race now, eh?
Yeah, we've got up to 8 knots of wind now. The sails are trimmed in nice. The boat is sailing itself right now, so if we lose, it's the boat's fault.
I think we had somebody else fall out of the race, so 2 down, so we move up one slot, I guess. But the wind is finally blowing, so that's a step in the right direction. Hopefully this race won't last for another 2 or 3 hours like we thought it was going to. Of course, at any point in time, the wind could just stop again like it did. So I'm cautiously optimistic as usual, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. We have wind now. Well, what do you think?
I'm hot and sweaty.
Yeah, this race is...
We're not good racers.
How much wind you got? What's that saying?
2.1.
2.1 knots. Nobody can race in 2.1 knots. But once again, we find ourselves in last place. I'm guessing 20, 30 minutes before we get across the line. Say, how fast are we going?
0.9 knots.
0.9 knots. So yeah, this is for the birds. I think we're gonna decide not to race anymore if that's less than 5 knots or something, just because this happens. We're racing our boat again today, so we figured the best thing to do would be to get it all cleaned up. So I spent the last hour cleaning the bottom with my special cleaner, which I'll show you guys at some point. And then Darla is out here cleaning the outside.
I'm tired.
Now she's gonna make the cockpit all nice and clean, and the hull is clean below the water line. We need every advantage we can get because the last 3 races were just crap. We're supposed to have a little bit more wind today, and there's not as many boats in the race today. I'm not sure if that works to our advantage or not, so we're gonna give it a try.
If we don't win, maybe we'll place for cleanest boat. I might get a helm the race today. Because it'll be low wind, light wind. My good, where I like to sail is 10 knots of wind. That's my favorite sail wind. So that's what we're doing today. So maybe I'll be captain during this race and we'll win. We'll see.
We're trying to figure out strategy for the marks, because the marks are going to start the races downwind today, which we're not really used to, and they're also at a weird angle that we're not used to. The theory right now is that we just won't pull the Genoa out until it's pretty darn close to starting time, and we'll just sail on the main, kind of poke around near the line, and whenever it's time to go, we'll just bust that out and sail right through. That's the plan. I don't know if it'll work. As long as you can steer good.
Yeah, I can steer good.
You helm good.
Well, I'm gonna tack it at
Right now?
this juncture.
Oh, okay. Did you say prepare to tack?
Prepare to tack.
There's nothing for me to do except hang out.
Duck, because that boom's gonna hit.
Okay.
Did you duck?
Yeah.
Tacking.
Tacking. It's gonna be great. Yay! It is exactly 10 minutes until the race start time, and there are only 2 boats out here. So we've got our strategy, we've got everything's cool, we're all ready to go, and there's no one to race against except that guy. Maybe they're all scared, you think?
Maybe.
Yeah, they're probably just scared because we're so badass. Well, it's a modern day miracle. We crossed the line first. Now, we are both keenly aware that that doesn't mean anything.
And it wasn't pretty.
And it wasn't pretty, but we got through there first. We did discover that you do get a participation point so long as you finish the race. So some of those other races where people quit during the race, they didn't get a point. So currently in the overall standings, we're in 3rd place. Yay!
Not too bad.
Not too shabby. Of course,
We do it.
yeah.
What Bonita does.
Yeah, we get a point for participation. So really, if you show up and you race in the entire series, all 10 races, you get 10 points, and most people don't do that. So sort of by default, you can be in 3rd place. Even if we sail good, we end up last place. You know, that's just how it goes sometimes. But as long as we do what we need to do and we're happy with our own race, it doesn't matter if we're 41st place or 12th place. Most of the boats in the race are wing on wing. We're not. But we're also jabbing a few times, and they're going to go straight to the mark. But I don't know that we're getting any closer or farther away from them. That's kind of the thing. The math on when to do these things is what blows the whole race for us, I think. Or for me in particular. I can never figure out when it's time to do something. We're in the meat of the race now. We crossed the leeward mark. We did okay on the downwind leg, but the upwind one is frustrating now, like they all are, I guess. The wind is variable and it keeps changing, which makes, hard to figure out what to do. Don't know when to tack, all that kind of stuff, but I guess that's what separates race people from not race people. As much as I try to not care about the race results, I find myself unable to do that. So I'm really just kind of like not happy whenever we can't sail where we need to sail. We're doing our post-race day sail.
Which is always better than race day.
Which is always way better than race day. The weather cooperates, the wind is great, everything's cool. But anyway, we tried a new fishing equipment, a new lure to try to catch a bigger fish, and I kept touching the line trying to figure out, feeling the vibration of the lure, and it didn't seem right. And I think that there's a fish on there, but I think he's a little bitty one again. But we got a bigger lure. We're supposed to catch bigger fish. So I'm gonna reel this bad boy in and see what we got.
You cut yourself, it was like.
Yeah. A little blood, but that's okay. This is the guy we caught this time. And he is what I would call substantially larger, I think. I mean, he's big as my head. Look, I'm bleeding. We got a fish hook in the Genoa sheet, so maybe I won't measure this, but he's probably 14 inches long. I don't know how big he is. Anyway, we're gonna put him back, and he's on his way because it's starting to rain. Operate the camera with my mouth.
There he goes.
There he goes.
Stuff on the front.
Yeah, I don't want to catch myself in that. All right, cool fish. Back to business.
5 minutes later.
This is a squall that just passed by, just about the time we got that fish off. What do you think about that?
Our wind went from like 5 knots, and I was watching the rain, and then I seen a lightning strike, so I'm like, okay, well, we need to be prepared. And then all of a sudden the wind went to like 22 knots, and we all got soaking wet. All the hatches in the boat were open. Everything is soaking wet.
There are puddles of water everywhere. We had the windows open, and during all that we thought, well, we need to do something and I reached down and grabbed the Genoa sheet and uncleated it. Well, I don't know what I thought I was going to do, but as soon as I did, it pulled it, yanked it all the way out of my hand, and the Genoa flew all the way out, which didn't help matters in a crisis.
But there's beautiful blue sky behind us, so.
That was a good learning experience. I haven't had an adrenaline rush in a long time like that.
I never felt unsafe or anything,
No, I didn't
but I didn't know how long that 22 knots was going to blow us sideways, so.
Right. I was down below shutting the windows, and I hear her screaming. I come outside, and it looks like Armageddon out here. It was crazy.
We were sideways, and I was yelling for him to release the main sheet so that we could sit upright again. So it was pretty quick. It came through fast.
In and out, 5 minutes.
But we should have known it was going to do that and been more prepared. But that fish distracted us, I think, and we were not ready.
Yeah, can't be doing that.
But it was just a little storm, you can see. It's gone now.
It was tiny. It was intense. Short and sweet. That was a good learning experience. I made like 8 rookie mistakes during that. And everything down below is all drenched, and so it's dangerous to walk down the stairs. Anyway, well, we're going to clean everything up. Head back, I guess.
Yep.
All right, good times.
All right.
Do you want to hit the camera and say good times?
What?
I don't know. Just...
Okay, bye.
We must be gluttons for punishment because that squall right there is the one that messed us up earlier. And so the wind died down after that. So we ended up taking the sails down and just kind of motoring for a while. And then instead of just pulling back into the marina like we probably should have done, we decided it might be cool to go ahead and go for a swim. And then we realized that squall is coming. And it's going to be here in just a few minutes. What are you doing back here?
I can't remember what this knot is called.
You mean a round turn and 2 half hitches?
But I'm pretty sure I did it correctly this morning.
Our little fender tender things that we use to hang our fenders off, one of them broke. Yeah, it's definitely raining. And so she gets to practice tying a round turn and 2 half hitches. That's right. A round turn and 2 half hitches. It is fixing to just rain all over us again.
Yeah, we've drifted a whole lot too.
Yeah. Anyway.
There's our buoy over there.
So anyway, thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Those races kind of sucked. Did you learn anything from the races?
The races are
Yeah.
hard.
They are. You know, I know when we pulled out this morning, we raced yesterday, when we pulled out of the marina this morning, it felt great. Like this is going to be an awesome sail. But when you go out to a race, I never get that feeling.
It's stressful.
Yeah, now we got to do this, we got to go, and I don't know why I can't break myself out of thinking that way and just think, well, we'll just go on a sail with all these other people around in a circle. I think that next time I might be able to do that.
All right.
We're pretty sure we ended up in 4th place in the race, so that's not horrible. Of course, there were only 6 boats in the race, but...
And it also doesn't help that there's not been a whole lot of wind in these races. Too,
yeah.
So.
When we say not a lot of wind, we're talking less than 5 a lot of times, so it's like you're really just kind of trying to drift a little quicker than everybody else. I don't know, we got some things to do on that. And did you learn anything today? I learned all kind of cool stuff today. I mean, I made a lot of rookie mistakes. Number one, I didn't have a swivel on the fishing equipment, so we caught that fish and he just did this for maybe an hour, hell, I don't know. And so trying to pull that thing in, the line got all messed up, and that lure has 6 hooks on it, 2 treble hooks, and so it's hard to get that off of there. Rookie mistake number 2, I had the Genoa sheets in the cockpit on the ground where I was messing with the fish, so the hooks obviously just got stuck up in the sheets, and that's no fun. That's not good. So I ended up bleeding and messing up the Genoa sheets, and then that squall came through.
Right when we were in the middle of dealing with all the fishing stuff,
and
that's when the squall came through.
We've been spending a lot of time doing like if, when kind of things, like what would you do if this happened? And sometimes it's what will we do when this happens? And today we could have spent a little more time with the what will we do when that squall gets here.
Right.
Because we knew it was coming, and then it's like, okay, it's raining, well I need to go close the windows. By the time I go down to close the windows, all hell's breaking loose.
Yep.
I mean, we're doing this and you can't see and you can't turn. And then in the fray, I tried to think, well, let's just pull the Genoa in. So I uncleated it, not thinking, well, it's full of wind. So I just pulled that thing all the way out. Now instead of having less Genoa, we have the full 150 Genoa in the damn thing. And by the time we kind of got everything figured out, the squall had passed by, and then there's just no wind. So it's like, well, we don't really have to do anything but bunch of mistakes for sure,
Well,
but they're also learning opportunities.
We need to get out of here.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Is it the time? Yeah. Anyway, so thanks for watching that video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment below if you have any cool sailing tips, racing tips, or just general sailing tips. I don't care. Just leave a comment and let us know. How to get better, because that's what it's all about. Other than that, I guess we'll see you, Dragonfly. Other than that, I guess we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.